Okay, everyone, we're now going to go over to Metal Gear Solid 2 Normal by hau5test. So put your hands together as we're going to go. Before we do that, don't forget, of course, we are doing this as a charity event for everyone can. If you'd like to donate, type exclamation mark donate in the chat. That'll bring up the donation link to Tiltify, which you can use to donate directly to them as well. Thank you, Valeria, for putting that in the chat for me. And there are incentives for tomorrow, which are still on there, which need to be met as well. So be sure to put your donations towards the incentives as well. You can change the course of someone else's run altogether. So, hau5test, it's over to you now. Give us an introduction to you, your game, your co-commentator, and then give me a countdown for when you want me to start the timer, and we'll begin.
But of course, thank you so much for having me today here at InstaSpeedathon. My name is hau5test, I'm from Germany and I mostly speedrun Metal Gear games. And today we have Metal Gear Solid 2 in the normal difficulty for you. But I'm not going to do this alone. I also have EveryoneCan with me. Hello, how's it going?
Hello, I'm doing good. I'm Valeria. I'm also from Germany. I also run this game since like a few months, like 5, I think. No, 4. But that doesn't matter. I'm here to commentate for hau5test, help him out a bit on places that can be quite rough to play and explain at the same time.
Yeah, we're gonna start playing in 3, 2, 1. Let's begin.
Yo, good luck to you.
Thank you, thank you.
So we're starting off in the tanker segment. I refer to this as prologue to most people because they can just they basically know better what a prologue is than just tanker. Either way, we just skip through a lot of coding and cutscene first. That's what we know the Metal Gear series for. And House is actually going to prepare something for an upcoming skip, which I will talk about in a bit or like later once this is a thing. But for that, the mandatory thing is that we need a throwable item. It can be a grenade, it can be a magazine, and in this case, we will go for the magazine, because to get that, we basically just shoot our gun empty. We just kind of navigate through everything. Very clean so far.
Got an alert, which is fine for the most part.
Yes, we want to essentially run to Olga.
As long as you don't get kicked here from the guards, it's still fine.
Yes. You don't want to get kicked because that's like 4 seconds lost.
It's massive.
Here we also have the first RNG part upcoming. If she goes left or right.
Okay, left side.
Left side. So what that means is that we can put her into a loop which prevents her from going into a about 8 seconds cutscene if she wants to loop.
She's playing along, let's go, marathon luck.
She's playing along, let's go.
Nice, that was super fast. We're skipping the cutscene where she talks for like 10 seconds, and it's really random. She either goes left side or right side, and only if she goes left side, then there's also another chance that maybe she does the talk, or if she doesn't. In this case, we got double luck this time.
Yes. But yeah, that was the Olga fight. We now have a lethal gun in our inventory. And we head out to the, well, not quite to the engine room, but into that direction, let's just say.
Oh, I'm bad at shooting today, that's fine. I want to prepare a second magazine, but just for marathon safety, I'm also gonna get these chaffs here. Oh, come on.
Oh. Yep,
Nobody will them up, it's fine. There you go.
That's the thing, when they kick you over, you can lose 4 seconds about.
Yeah.
So, you know, it's not something you really want.
Nope.
And here we are coming up to a skip that is very new.
Yeah, hopefully we get it first try.
We hopefully get our first try. It's called the Prozac skip.
Nice, first try. All right,
let's go.
Phew, I was sweating over this, but we didn't need to back up and we got it first try. Awesome, let's go.
Yes, by going into first person view, a snake, and throw an item, our hitbox extends and we will touch the load zone on the other side of the door, which is how we skip the entirety of the engine room, which is about 30 seconds saved. And that skip has been discovered like 3 months ago, like this January.
Brand new.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, instead of going right side, going through an engine room, which is lots of paths and lots of like soldiers in our way, we can just go left side and skip all of that.
Yes.
It's like 32 seconds time save for free, which is awesome.
It's very convenient, especially for high level runs, and even more especially for the main category, which is very easy.
Mm-hmm.
That is really optimized. And now
Yeah.
there are basically free 33 seconds that can just be claimed.
Yeah, very easy and
You're
easy.
ready
Also
to
get
speed
free
run.
magazines. They don't need to worry about making them. But starting on normal that we do right now, we gotta worry about making enough magazines.
Yes. Now we're coming into guard rush. We need to eliminate all of these single guards. There are some guards you want to prioritize, like that box guard. He can be a real pain. Then there is someone who's standing at the wall behind there, and those three are the last ones. You basically just can headshot them in a good rhythm.
Looking good so far.
And yes, looking good. It was a good guard rush. So this is ladder glitch, ladder skip. We skip the ladder. There is a thing that your camera can be stuck on the top of the ladder still, and you have to navigate through that room with only your
Radar.
map being there.
Yeah.
Yeah, your radar. But that was not the case in this scenario here. Hold 2 is pretty much you want to hold up that guy, you want to hold up that guy, and this guy, so we can just walk past them.
And in holds all of these guards. If you get this just seen once, it's immediately over. There's no fight because there's so many of them here. So we want to absolutely
Yes.
not get seen at all.
Yes.
All right, time for a few pictures.
Pictures from the left, right, front, and the marine logo house.
Have you not seen it? I took 4 pictures. That should totally work. Trust me, I know what I'm doing.
I didn't saw the marine though. I think you made a mistake.
Trust me, Otacon will just let me go now. See?
You will?
Yeah, you see. It just says, all right, this will work, and we're good to go.
Okay. I guess I just trust Otacon.
Yeah, what happens is basically, we play this game on 16:9, and it was originally done, of course, in 4x3 on the PlayStation 2. And because we stretch the game, also the hitboxes stretch further, and for some weird reason, we can stand in 2 positions, and then the game will be like, yeah, you took totally legit the Marine logo, although we never actually seen it correctly.
So now we finished the tanker segment. We're Snake again, just a bit skinnier and blonde hair for some reason.
That's totally fine. He went on a
I don't
diet.
know yeah, he went on a diet.
Yeah, it's 2 years later since the last intro. Now we're in a big mission, the main mission.
Yes.
A lot can happen in 2 years, so don't worry about it.
So this is basically just an auto-scroller. We just operate on this computer thing, and then we pretty much just wait and do nothing. We quite not do just nothing. We can pick up 2 rations for like later, basically. Because sometimes it can be very scary sometimes with how much damage we took throughout the run. Then so having some rations, which is basically health
A healing item, yeah.
Yeah, a healing item. I don't know why I didn't have that word. But it's basically a healing item for those who don't know it. So it's pretty convenient to have those.
Yeah. There's also tutorials where they show you only how to get 1 and then play around with the guards. But you can also perfectly fine get these 2 and get away still without being seen at all.
Yes.
And so since it doesn't matter because you cannot speed up the segment, I'm always going for 2 rations just so I have them. You never know.
And
wait, who's this blondie? Wait, what is that character that I've seen?
It turns out we're not. Wasn't? Well, that's not Snake.
I was going to say that. That's not Snake. Hold up a minute.
That's a Metal Gear Solid game. Why is it not Snake?
That's not fair.
I'm so angry.
Yeah, surprise,
so
surprise, we're playing as Raiden in the plant section. We're not playing Snake because Snake actually died in the cutscenes of the tanker.
Yes, sadly. F for Snake.
F's in chat, please.
F's in chat, please.
Alright, time to skip a few
so yeah.
introductions and cutscenes, which is normal for the game. You can play these chapters also individually, which are also their own categories. And because sometimes you can play Plant, of course, first without having seen Tanker, we're basically in the second intro now.
So yeah, this part is not too spectacular. We just want to move through the big shell a bit. And there's this Navy SEAL called Pliskin. He looks very similar to Snake, but it's not Snake, it's Pliskin, you know?
Yeah, it's Pliskin.
So it's like, yeah, so don't confuse yourself with that.
Yeah, we can trust him. He says Senpai, so you know that's a trustworthy person. Then.
Yeah. Since there's not much to do besides just walking a bit, I want to explain what it means to have. There's a text in your lower right which says turbo on. It's basically an auto clicker for skipping cutscenes and codecs. And for later, a specific torture scene we have, which is originally meant, or like the reason we did allow turbo was because of higher difficulties. That it was a bit difficult to mash through these torture sequences.
Yeah, on a European extreme difficulty, it takes like 60 seconds, so that's a lot. And so because we don't want to have RSI in our thumbs, we just say, you know what, let's allow turbo. Also, we're playing on New Game Plus, so because we're playing on New Game Plus, a few things change. Mainly here, the fact that we don't get the explanation, again, how to freeze these bombs. Only if you're playing a new game, you gotta watch the whole cutscene where Stillman goes like, here, use the spray in the bombs, and they will be frozen for like 48 hours. Enough time to defuse them properly later.
Yes, so that's the well-known Stillman cutscene. Like, no one knows how long it is, but I'm the only person who knows how long it is.
Did you find it out?
I found it out. It's exactly 19,932 frames long.
Wow. Amazing. The things we learn every day.
The things you learn every day. Yeah, honestly, no one actually knows how long this cutscene is. Some people say that it's 5.5 minutes. Some people say it's 8 minutes. I say it's like 7 weeks. I have no idea.
69 days.
But yeah, that's our objective now. Just defusing some bombs, going counterclockwise through the big shell, which is actually a very specific route we go for. It is also possible clockwise, but counterclockwise is faster. Pulling up that guy, so we can move to that room. And also going to present a... Well, not a skip, it's a trick, where we basically equip the coolant spray, stand up as we have the coolant spray in our hands, and as we stand up we switch back to our gun. That's called the coolant rise. We basically skip that
standing up animation. Yep.
Which, especially in this room, saves a lot of time.
There's lots of crawling here and getting up again, and every time you get up, it takes a long time. So because we're doing this coolant script, it's immediate.
Yes, and this bomb we can actually defuse from the back, so we don't have to crawl under these pipes to it and defuse it from the bomb from the front.
Yep. All right, that's strat A done. Now it's time to move on.
Who is that?
On our way to strat F, the warehouse.
Encounter the enemy. Request on the back.
Didn't get kicked.
So
Let's go.
The thing on normal difficulty is we sometimes do intentionally take alerts, which you won't really see on either European Extreme or Very Easy. Just because on European Extreme, if you get detected, guards will like to hit you.
Yeah, it's not
Very
advantageous.
easy your alert. If you get an alert, it doesn't really matter really, because it will disappear in the next room anyways. On normal difficulty, however, if we get in room 1, the alert status, and we leave that room, our alert will change to evasion. which doesn't clear which doesn't clear room number 2. It basically puts more guards somewhere, and then there's the caution status we still have, which also has, I think it does have some differences, right? And
yeah,
then
there's still more guards, I think.
Yes, and then there's the no alert status, the comfy one where basically nothing happens, everything is just normal.
Yeah, sometimes we take intentional alerts because we can still avoid most of the guards that will slow us down. And then there's rooms like these here where we enter them, the alerts completely dropped, like completely clean, which is also good for us, of course.
Yes. Just defusing that bomb. Honestly, if it would have been me, that specific bomb under that specific plane, I would have not defused that, you know? Like
You think?
remember that plane, and we might hear of it later.
Who's there?
I gotta
I
get
don't know,
another box here quickly, because we need 2 boxes for this route. And coming up is the conveyor belt glitch.
Yes, so for those who have played the game, this game is actually some kind of fast travel system. If you get onto the conveyor belt, with a box equipped, it will fast travel you to any specific location depending on what box you wear. So box number 1 will bring us into Strut-C Dining Hall, and what the glitch exactly now there is, we will get onto the conveyor belt on a position we're not supposed to get on with. We're not supposed to get onto the conveyor belt on that position, but with a visual lineup, we just kind of found a way to get onto that conveyor belt.
It's the enemy. I need help.
Yep.
And
It's
we
time
will
for the
use
final
that
bombs.
Twice.
Correct, because we're gonna teleport twice around here.
Yes.
Send backup. I haven't.
That's the reason we needed box 3, because box 1 teleported us back to the Strut-C Dining Hall where Stillman explained us how to defuse bombs, and we will use box 3 later to get to Strut A.
Indeed.
And now don't forget to wait actually until your
Very
alert
important to
status
wait
changes to caution.
Yep, we're gonna spray this guard here to distract him, and then we're gonna wait in front of the exit, because we want to go from evasion to caution, or else the next dialogue will not play. There we go.
Oh my god, I was so scared, honestly.
No.
It
Yeah, I did this
looked like
earlier.
you would have just left.
I did this game in this category already earlier this week, and I accidentally walked out, and then this little dialogue that played here didn't play, and that would delay everything a little bit. Costing me around 40 seconds in total, which was, yeah, unfortunate.
Backup.
Didn't happen this time.
Oh, that's neat. Okay, here's the second conveyor belt glitch. Ooh.
That's fine. As long as we don't die here. Didn't die.
Go.
We're good to go. Now we're in Strat A here, where we basically started, and we gotta go back down into the docks, which is underground.
Over there.
That's the last bomb we have to... Well, not the last bomb, but of that specific part, that's the last bomb we have to defuse.
Yeah, the bomb defusal segment basically is done after this. Alright, here we go down. I notice we're bleeding right now, which is fine. That's for one reason why I got an extra ration anyway. Because we can very quickly now go 2 menus down and then have a ration ready. And as soon as we take damage, the ration will automatically be used and we can move on. Oh, there we go. We gotta stand here a little bit further away because we wanna be standing here for this bomb. But also if we're standing too close and then put the coolant spray away, we will take a swim. So gotta be careful exactly where we're standing here, but it's fine for the most part if you just keep your distance.
Yeah, taking a swim is not fun. Or not on that part, at least.
And here we go. Time for the first encounter. 1, 2,
So yeah,
3.
that's the fortune fight, in quotation marks. We don't actually fight her. We stand on specific locations, positions, where she will destroy some parts of the room. Right here we made 3 punches to the right, and now we're just kinda nothing. So she destroyed all those boxes in front of us and the forklift. Then she hit us, we move right to that container, wait until she does the shot, move to the left, we have a little bit of advance with her. making sure that she destroys these blocks on the top, so everything else just that being container there. Oh,
Don't want to get shot usually. There we go.
that, and then you wanna just either. Oh, that's still good. Barrel shot.
Normally a cutscene plays here, so when the barrel explodes, we would be in a cutscene. And if we're in a cutscene, we don't take damage. But because she had the voice line going and the barrel was already shot, I gotta go quickly. There you go. And that's the fight,
now
because
we're
we're now
just-
just gonna wait.
Yes, now we're just vibing behind that box.
Alright, looking good so far. Yeah, this is whole manipulation just so we get through this fight faster. Sometimes you still lose a few seconds here and there, but basically from very easy to normal difficulty, this is the way we do this, so we can have basically this advancement of the room being destroyed happen very fast.
Okay, so now.
My favorite part, will I explode or not? I will explode. Okay, it's fine.
Okay, let's go.
This is my signature move. I always sadly run to his claymore. There's ways around them. I literally practice this over and over again, but I never really get it. So I'm just gonna take it. Yes.
Chad, just imagine this dude made a tutorial how to avoid it, but he just doesn't avoid it himself.
I know. Oh well. In any case, now it's time for the warehouse, and this time we're not in an invasion, so now we're gonna go and grab an extra weapon. The M9 that we didn't use to grab for a while, because we didn't think it would be useful to us. But towards the end of the game, we're gonna shoot exactly one M9 shot. So this is why we're gonna grab it now, because it will be a massive time save later.
Oh yeah, I just realized we use it like once.
Yeah, exactly one shot, that's why I don't need extra ammo and stuff like that.
I just realized that. Okay, that's crazy.
Yeah.
Yeah, but yeah, we have a time left on the right, and that's kind of scary. Like, will we get there in like 400 seconds? Fortunately, yes. Because we basically just need to move to the rooftop of Strut E, where we're on, and we are in Strut E right now.
Yep.
Getting to our third boss. The first boss was Olga.
Yeah. Second boss of plant.
Yes, second boss of plant section. So there's a bomb we have there, and that is not just a bomb laying there. That is an entire new area of a boss battle we have now, which is Fat Man. He just kind of walks around with his cool, crazy looking roller skates. You will go for that thing. That's a it can be slower. There is a what we usually do for runs. We go for an RNG pattern, I just call it. But this is just for marathon reliability. Either way, both strats are basically that we just shoot him over.
Yep.
Shoot him in the head twice, and then we wait until he gets up. We shoot him over again, and that's that. We just rinse and repeat that.
Yeah, this is not the most optimal way to do this, but especially on marathons, it's a little bit safer because we can actually control for a little bit where Fatman is going. And so, instead of chasing him around, we're just gonna manipulate him. He's in the top corner there. Sorry, go ahead.
Yes, sometimes he can go completely to the south in between every container, and you just don't see where he is.
Yep.
That can be very annoying.
Indeed.
Okay, now we met with a ninja. And the ninja gave us a BDU, or the
enemy uniform. Yes.
An enemy uniform. It's not complete yet, though. We need that to infiltrate the shell core. Oh, what are you doing?
Yeah, normally you do a cartwheel down here, but I was slightly too early. Just ever so slightly too early, and then I did the cartwheel to the right. Oh well.
Our uniform is not complete yet, because those people in the shell core don't wear just the BDU. They also have the AK-47 on them. And to get that, we need to go into the warehouse and get it first.
Yep.
Because if you don't wear those two things at the same time in the shell core, they will like walk up to you and will like say, "Hey, who are you? What are you doing?"
Yeah, they know
And
immediately that
if-
you're fake.
Yes, and then they know you're fake.
Which is the worst thing somebody can accuse you for, that you're fake and not real. I remember
There's
here
that.
when we walk over here, the panels are falling out. But if you time it well, you can only kick out 2 of them.
That was really good, yeah. Honestly.
It's important, especially once we get back here, leaving the shell, that we also do the same thing, ideally. Because then when we leave, the panels will not come back. These ones that we knocked out now will come back later, so gotta be careful. What's the next item that we have to get?
We have to get, for story purposes, the D mic. We have to find someone whose name is Ames, and how to find him is basically we need the D mic to check every person's heartbeat in the hostage room. For our luck, we already know what Ames looks like.
Didn't die. Okay, let's go.
But for story purposes, we still need the D mic. We still need to get down there and get it.
Yep. This is also another thing that New Game Plus actually changes. If we play on New Game, this Ames person will always be in the same location, which you'd think would be good for us. But because the cutscene is so long with Stillman, we take the RNG here and have Ames be in one of 24 locations.
That is a lineup we just do there, so we have to hold up only that guy without turning or anything. We will like hold him up instantly, so the retinal scanners goes onto his eyes. And that is the rooms where Ames is located.
Oh god, Ames, let's go. He's right here in the
Ames.
beginning. Love to see that. That's a massive time save.
Yes, so we also saw I was just pausing the game. Where you would think, what does it do? We time the game by IGT, by in-game time, which means if you pause the game, the timer actually pauses. For this marathon, it's all RTA. But it's just a neat little trick we have.
Yeah, I'm also locally recording, so normally we're not gonna watch the credits on the marathon, but just in case this run PBs, I still always have a recording ready for myself. Because this literally happened this Wednesday as well at another marathon.
Yes. Yeah, we got detected. We need to escape the shell core now, and we do it by a very specific strat now. We hold up this guy, and we cartwheel through that guy and leave before the alert comes in, so we're still on caution. Now we need to remember what panels will fall down.
It's gonna be free.
No,
it's fine.
Well, that's still okay.
It could be worse. I just gotta remember that
be
there's
worse.
free drop now, so I have to be slightly different.
Yes, now we need to go into the warehouse again to get the sniper.
Yep, I'm just gonna quickly knock this guy out.
Yes, there's a trick you didn't saw House doing. That's just a pre-run setup he did. It was basically it's called Panta's trick. Normally if you would go into your sniper, you would Raiden would like kinda
Shake.
he wouldn't stay. Yeah, he would shake. He wouldn't stay. He wouldn't let his aim be steady.
Yep.
And with the Pentazamine,
Pentas, yeah, just say Pentas.
yeah,
A medicine.
medicine.
Yes. It's
his
like a
aim will,
tranquilizer,
like-
basically.
Yeah, your aim will just be steady with that. And if you take a lot of them and just have a continuous screen, the game will keep that effect on you.
Yeah, basically it won't reset the data that we give it. So we're gonna eat like 200 of these. All of them stack on top of each other. So we basically have the effect active for 2 hours. Then we're gonna take a continue and go back to the game over screen. So like back to the main screen, start a new run. And only this value does not get overwritten on and reset. So this will have me happen to do this here.
Yes.
I can aim without needing to use the Pentas. It's all steady, and for the rest of the run, it will stay the same.
Not recommendable in real life, though.
Yeah. Go. Gonna shoot a few sensors.
So we just need to take out every bomb of that bridge. so we can actually get on there. And now we're going to remember the plane I was talking about earlier? Yeah. I think we're onto something. I think there's that plane actually, which is one of the run killers, is the Harrier. We're seeing how House makes his rocket shots very precisely, 5 shots at the start. Skipping the cutscene, the Harrier flies by, we can give him +1, that's the 5+1 strat. He's on half of his HP already. So this cutscene we wanna skip. After these rockets, we shoot. One rocket will instantly lock onto him, even though he's not on the screen. The second one will be shot on that. Both of them hit, that's very good. Then he will come from the right side. We give him 1 shot. That hit, a second shot. We hide behind the pillar, second hit.
Oh no.
Oh,
I got hit
unfortunate.
myself. Yeah, we don't want that to happen normally. Just gonna quickly get on. Oh, it's too far away. It's fine. We gotta go to the missile phase here. It's not ideal, but we can quickly take him out here with just 3 shots, and that's the fight.
That is the Harrier fight. That can be worse. Like,
Oh yeah, this cost me like
besides
12
the-
seconds versus a clean fight, but it's not a massive time loss. It's still very good.
Yes. So that's leap of faith. Hold your breath. We got it. Let's go.
Alright.
So yeah, the Harrier is a very scary boss, especially on like higher levels.
Oh yeah.
Here we go for a funny trick. We shoot, and the first guard there will.
That's bad. I'm gonna put it on
Yeah.
anyway. Yeah,
That's
we don't want to go
unfortunate.
too far and drop down here. Normally we just go over the railing, and because they were distracted, normally they would be just leaving us alone. So I'll just go. Whoa. Okay, excuse me, sir. Oh, we gotta go.
Oh
We gotta
my.
go. Please don't.
Oh
no!
my! No! What was that? Oh, that was
Because we
unfair.
got actually hit by a grenade because our iframes were not active. This happened here.
Oh my god! You got hit by 2 grenades there.
Yeah, normally our grip is just strong enough to get away, despite being in an alert like this. But in this instance, sadly we got a hit, so I gotta do this whole thing again, which is fine.
Oh dear.
Yeah, that's slightly too far gone. Oh well, it is what it is. Let's just do it again.
Well, let's do it right this time. So what I meant to say was, you shoot to get the first guard's attention. You hang over
There
the
we go.
railing, and the first guard, you see like his funny little quotation mark. He moves now more to the left. He looks into your direction, then he will turn around, which grants you to just hang over there, get up again without wearing the BDU, which is a bit of a time save.
Hmm.
And that's a really neat trick, and it's not even hard. Where we just throw chaff grenades,
Yep.
just get away with some cartwheels.
You wanna know how much time I lost because of this one death? A minute.
40 seconds.
A minute.
A minute.
Yes. So PB chances are sadly dead now. This is very uncommon to die to, but today we made it happen, I guess.
Well, you're not an MGS2 runner if that did not happen to you, so...
Sometimes you just gotta take these. It's fine. Unfortunately.
Sometimes things like that do happen. There's not much you can do about it.
Yep. You do it like 100,000 times, and it's always nice. In this one instance, you just go slightly too far forward, and it's like, here it is. Oh well. It's still no problem.
Yeah, it's no problem. It's not.
We've been
it's
doing
enough.
very well beforehand. I was like minus 30 seconds on my timer, and then now we're just like plus 30. That's still a good run. So far. Alright, next thing we gotta do is gotta meet the president, but before we can go to him, we actually gotta destroy an electric panel, because the president can't escape and we cannot enter him because the front of his room is electrified. We're gonna deal with this in the most destructive way. We're gonna use a remote control missile.
Yes, we're gonna get the Nikita, which is underwater there. So yeah, this game does have a basically underwater level. It has a section with underwater, which isn't as bad actually, just because it's not long.
Imagine they put the sonic music in here as the oxygen deprives. That would be so horrifying, especially on higher difficulties. Just
Oh, yeah,
Ah!
Yeah, there we got the Nikita. We want to watch out to not touch these bombs for obvious reasons, to maintain our health and to maintain our O2. So basically, if we hit a bomb, both O2 and health will go down,
Yeah.
which isn't really advisable.
I mean, understandable. If you get like exploded like that, you let go of some of your air.
Yes.
And here we go. Thankfully, the Harrier fight itself went good enough. We have 15 stingers, so I can do this little thing where I'm standing here. I'm gonna shoot this LMG and go over to the side and shoot the Nikita through this little vent here, which is a way shorter path because we're already in the room now. We're just gonna make sure. There we go. Thank you, Mr. President. He walked away. We don't want to kill him. It takes one shot for him to die already, so we gotta be careful.
Yes, sometimes the president just walks into your rocket, which is fun, definitely,
Yeah.
especially on a PB pace run.
Oh yeah. Alright, here we go. That's meeting the president. And now we have a little bit of a break, which I will use to just hydrate a little bit.
Which everyone else should do too.
Oh yeah. Come on, where is it?
So we're not done with the underwater section now, though. We need to go there again to get to the next boss fight, actually.
That's right. And there we go.
But
There's
we will-
more.
But House, look,
Hmm?
we won't swim there normally.
Nah. We don't have time for that.
Yeah, we don't have. What is that? Like, we don't need that. But how do you swim like not normally? I think you'll show us in a bit, right?
Yeah, the game is really weird. So back in the early 2000s, in the original PlayStation 2 release of Metal Gear Solid 2 Sons of Liberty, you could go out of bounds by just going on your belly or going prone in front of an elevator and press the button, and then automatically you would be put out of bounds. For Substance, the re-release that came out a year later and added like snake's tails and VR missions, they patched that out. But we still found a way to save us some time during swimming, and that is called the swim glitch, as we'll see now.
Yes, so the swim glitch is basically. I have honestly no idea how to really explain it. You basically just you get to the highest point of this water level there, and you kind of swim against the corner of the wall. Raiden will get higher. That's a 1 sec.
Yeah. I don't know why he paused there. Normally he would just continuously do the swimming animation and go higher and higher and higher. For some reason he took a break there, which I guess is fine.
Yes. And the ceiling does not have collision, which is why we can just swim through there and get to the door to Vamp 1, which is, Vamp 1 is a boss fight. You just you point at his feet and shoot, and that's the boss.
Yep.
Congrats on being in the game.
Earlier this week I had a trouble here keeping the timing precise, because you want to always start shooting in the next rocket as his health bar begins to drain. So first it turns red, and then his health bar depletes. And you gotta hit the rocket with the right timing, so the next one goes out when the health bar actually goes down. And this time, first try, let's go. Good stuff happening.
Oh, neato.
Mm-hmm. And because my last PB actually had this continue that I had to take here, we're only like plus 10 seconds away now, so it's much better.
Well,
Caught up a
maybe
little
what?
bit. It may be PB.
It may be. No promises.
It will at least be very close, which is everything I want to hope for during a marathon when you only have one chance. The mistakes, they happen, but if I can, ideally I'd be close to my PB.
Also, we're in the Emma escort section.
Yep.
I speak for everyone when I say we love that woman.
Oh yeah, we love her so much, we didn't really want to always have her by our side.
We love her so much, we don't want her with us, because we don't want her to get hurt.
Exactly. We're men of war. Everyone around us dies. So we're gonna try to push her away from us for the most part. Not yet though. We gotta get one level higher first. I'm just gonna grab it here. Skip a little bit through more story bits, which is unfortunate. Because the story is really cool for this game. But yeah, we gotta move on here.
Yeah, so why Emma can't move on her own is Her legs are tranquilized. She can't swim on her own because she has a trauma of almost drowning when she was a teenager or a kid.
Yeah.
Which is why she don't want to swim anymore as well. And later, there is a section where we pretty much do nothing. If we look at her, she will fall down because she's very shy.
Yeah. She also got
And
tranquilized from the enemy, so she's like a little bit nauseous still and can't fully move her body yet. So
Yeah.
that's why we have to carry her and drag her along.
And in my opinion, that's weak. Just move.
Just move.
Yo, what's your problem?
What are you doing? Alright, time to go here into the elevator, and there's no box in front of that. Normally we need to use the coolant spray to get rid of them or just stomp all over them. But because we're cruel people, we're just gonna do this. We're just gonna grab her in the chokehold and then drag her into the elevator. Not respecting any of her boundaries. Speaking of boundaries, we're gonna try also to push her now out of bounds. Wish me luck.
I wish you luck. So there's a thing called Emma-Zip. We want to have her into a precise lineup. And we see he bumps. Oh, that was a very good one.
First try. Amazing. This is an awesome time save.
Yeah, so that precise lineup allows us to bump her out of bounds. So we don't have to drag her through the entirety of the next room.
Yep.
Then we just switch this. Then we just switch the elevator level again, and we get back up again, which means we don't have as much guards up there as we would normally have.
And also we're not in an
she's just
alert.
standing there.
The most important thing is that we take the elevator to cancel out the alert. Every time we bump her out of bounds, we get an alert. So we gotta quickly leave the room, come back.
Yes. And we're gonna do the same trick again, just on the KL bridge, which
There she is.
is... That one was a bit RNG, right?
A little bit. There you go. Well, 3 bumps is fine. 3 bumps is still very fast. You can try, of course, to do it first bump. There's even another trick where we do a different setup in the beginning, but this is literally one shot only, so we get this, and we get a few attempts at this, and it's definitely good. I gotta make sure to be very far here of the fire so we don't get an alert. I got an alert yesterday here, and then lost basically the PB chance. Figured this time I walked forward just enough so the cipher that's above our head didn't get to see us. So yeah, those are really also like relatively new tricks. We found them like last year in the summer. And they are very tight in their precision. And still, as we've seen in the second instance, also a little bit RNG still, hitting that exact right frame for Emma to actually get pushed out of bounds. But yeah, this is called the Emma-Zip. Shoutouts to Miss Chelsea's, which is a very complicated name for my mouth at least, because I always have trouble pronouncing it correctly, but I did it. And yeah, she just randomly played the game. She's also a speedrunner, very good, and just randomly had her like in the wall, ran into her, then boop, she was gone. We were like, what happened here? Yeah, and since then we do the Emma-Zip here.
Yeah, the Emma-Zip happened me on my casual playthrough as well. Like, without a wall even. I just bumped into her. Without a wall, just like that. And I looked for her 40 minutes where she was. I thought on softlock, but no, she was just vibing there at the end somewhere.
Yeah, whenever we put her out of bounds, she's like basically gone. Literally gone too far out of bounds. But if we leave the room, come back, there are basically like respawn points for Emma to come back to. And those are the ones that we visited just now. When we do the first one, we go in the elevator and come back. There you go. And then she will be almost at the end, which is of course a massive time save for us. And then the second one, the same thing happens, where of course also we don't need to drag all the way. There we go. And now here is the sniping section, which can always be explained like we basically have to take care of Emma, which is like a train. She's constantly moving at the same speed, and the only thing that we have to do is keep her moving.
Yes.
So I have to shoot these guys before they alert on us.
That is, by the way, the section I meant earlier with if we look at her, she
She
will
will
fall
fall.
down because she's shy or anything.
Yeah, camera shy.
Can you shoot one bird?
I will do it in just a second. I gotta take care of the ciphers first. Give me a moment. There you go. There's one more on the right coming later, which I can do later. And there you go.
So yes, in this section we basically do nothing.
Yep, it
Like,
takes
nothing,
5.5
nothing,
minutes. 5.5 minutes. As I said, she's like a train. She's constantly moving, but it takes very long, 5.5 minutes for her to go by. And every time when there's an alert or she falls over, it gets delayed. So she's literally like the German Bahn, any reason, and all of a sudden there's a delay happening. Oh well. All right, as we will see, our Panthers is still... Oh, just ran out. There you go. So, because I took a death at the Ridges, my Panther streak that I set up before the game is sadly not active anymore. Because as I said, when we take the Panthers, for example, like here, we can build it up so it lasts like an hour for the entirety of the speedrun. But it only stays there if you take a death or continue and then quit out to the main menu. If we actually continue after a death, then this value actually gets overwritten and set back to 0. So because we had a death and we continued, we have to use it again properly here. But it will be fine still. For the most part, we don't necessarily need it. It's specifically only really when we're at the pillars where they sneak 3 guards coming out very quickly. That's where definitely we want to use the Panthers. Because we got to be very precise and quick on aiming. Everything else, right now, for example, it's not active. You can see me shake, but I can just spam here. Because I'm literally standing on top of the ammo box. And so it doesn't really matter too much in these instances. See, there's the next one coming. Now I got to use it again. Because every time, for example, when an alert happens, she's like on the floor. It's like, oh no, I can't move. And then it takes like almost 10 seconds, I think, for her to continue walking again. So the alerts, absolutely, we have to prevent here.
Yeah. So this is basically just that section, I guess. So yeah, I don't know. There's not much to talk about. Hey, House, did you know the script for Metal Gear Solid 2 was over 800 pages long?
Nice. It's almost a good book.
It's almost a good book.
Yeah, but I will use this instance also to say, hey, everyone, we also collected money for the EveryoneCan Foundation. So please, if you have $1 to spare, anything helps. So just go into the chat and use !donate and go to the Tiltify, and you can help out the great cause here. Also enjoying our speedruns, which of course, as always, is an honor to be here, representing both Metal Gear Solid 2 and of course the Metal Gear speedrunners. It's really a lot of fun, and if you think, hey, this is something for you, you're totally welcome. Please join us on our Discord, for example, where we teach you this game or any other in the series, like literally every other game. Also the card game or the mobile phone game, which does exist. We got a great wiki for that. I personally, for example, teach Metal Gear Solid 1 and 2. And also the 2D ones like Metal Gear 2 and Metal Gear 1. Which, fun fact, while we're here, this is not the only run I'm doing for InstaSpeedathon. I'm actually just a backup runner because the original runner sadly had to drop. So tomorrow my actual run will happen, which is the first one of the next day. It will happen around 10 a.m. GMT. And that is the first Metal Gear MSX in the 100% category. It's a lot of fun, and hope you will also tune in for that one.
Yeah, with me as commentator again.
As you were mentioning that as well, I have posted a donation link in the chat for anyone who wants to go and donate. If we can get to £150 by the end of the day, that'd be absolutely fantastic. So please get those donations in. They all go to a really fantastic cause. We're at a running total at the moment of £70 in total. There are incentives that you can also apply. Oh, hello, PlayStation 2 controller. Please don't fall. So yeah, if anybody wants to donate, then please do so. And there are incentives as well that you can donate to as well. And you can alter the course of some different runs, just to kind of give an idea of the incentives that we have as well. So there is the add all stages on Tori, for that's the Beanie All Stages run, which is by the Hell Fridge tomorrow afternoon at about 10 to 2. And then you've also got the Itemless World Crown Showcase for Super Mario 3D World. That's tomorrow morning at about 11:15. So I think that's the second run of the day, actually. Yeah, that's
awesome.
The second run of the day. So the second run of tomorrow, which is after hau5test's Metal Gear 100% run, there is an incentive for that one. So be sure to get that one in as well. That's currently running at £5, and it needs £50 if we want to see it. So we're £45 away. So please get those donations in, and we can see some different things happening as well.
Let's go, everyone. Let's do it.
Yeah.
All right,
let's
you
make
just
it
seen the
happen.
bridge here, which I mentioned earlier. 3 of these panels were knocked out, and I had to do precise cartwheels to not accidentally fall down again in this instance. Everything worked out
Malaria
great.
bridge.
Yeah. Yeah, you like to call it the Val Bridge because some of your greatest spaces died there, unfortunately.
All of my past 4 runs, like my past 4 PBs or anything. No, not even PBs, but like
Attempts.
my past 5 runs or so died on there.
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
The Ripper.
That's why I said ideally you only knock out 2 of these panels, because then you have way more time to react. But because we also had the third one all the way to the right, I had to do my cartwheels relatively early and also keep my direction steady, because every time we do your cartwheel, you're moving slightly forward. So if you're starting too late and you think, yeah, I can clear the first gap, you maybe still don't clear the last gap. Also, this is just a tutorial. I'm not pressing anything because we can't die here.
And so we're basically entering, or like we just entered endgame actually. We're naked now. That's pretty much everything you just want to know for this part.
Don't worry, it's TOS safe.
You can't keep this up. They're bound
It's canon that Raiden is just a Ken doll. He doesn't actually have something. he just is like a doll basically.
Oh, that's what they meant when they turned him into a cyborg later already. It was not just about the brain parts that they exchange.
Yeah.
I see. Alright, now we're just gonna call a girlfriend here. You don't need to wait. I always, when I played this casually, I was like thinking, okay, I'm gonna wait now. At some point we're gonna get the call, then we can leave. But then when we started speedrunning, everyone was like, no, you can just call her proactively and then it will automatically advance. So I was like, what? I never knew that. Now you know too.
So this part, it runs on a cycle basically. So every time we get a call, we wanna immediately accept the call, just so we don't mess up with the moving guards and everything. That can be really annoying.
Got it. Let's go. Got
Hold
the
you back.
gap. Let's go. Okay. Those are the 2
That-
critical things. You want to be quickly on the guard so he doesn't kick you. And then we also want to make the gap so we can just move over here. And that's this room done.
That was a good one.
Yep. And now we just got to wait it out a little bit because there are a few more calls coming in. And after that, we can move on finally and get dressed up, especially. You want to stand on this northern half of this pipe. And then after 5 calls, there will be a 6th one coming in. But the 6th one will be immediately after the 5th one. So after this upcoming call, there we go. As it's ending, I can already hold down select again. And then it will immediately open for the last call.
Well, that's neat.
Yep. A few more cutscenes. But now we also get our stuff back again. And we're fully dressed now. And also, we get a high-frequency sword. Hey, I know that from Metal Gear Rising.
No, you
That's
don't.
nice. So yeah, we're now also in a sword fighting game. Though most of the sword fighting we're actually not going to do until at the very end.
Yes, we
Oh yeah,
won't
by the
actually
way,
use the sword.
because we're playing on an even New Game Plus game, we actually have sunglasses, and even Snake has one here, so this is how they look like.
I don't like those.
They're really ugly, let's be honest. In Metal
They
Gear
are.
Solid 1, if you have a good ending and a bad ending save in one save slot, so both ending in one playthrough, or like one after another on the same save slot, then you get a tuxedo, which is way cooler looking in Metal Gear Solid. So yeah, for Metal Gear Solid 2, the only thing we get is like sunglasses. So. Oh, well.
Like, I realize that Snake's sunglasses are blue, and I'm like, why aren't they black? Black looks like so much better.
They are dark when he's Pliskin, but only after we met him here, then they changed to blue.
Oh, actually? Oh my god.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's this section. Remember Prozac skip at the beginning? We'll have something similar with that, but we can do the same thing with Raiden. But with Raiden, as Raiden, we don't need a throwable item. What we can do instead is we can just make a punch kick, because that is enough as Raiden.
Yep.
So that is not actually called Prozac skip, I think.
No, it's just a Tangle 1 skip.
Yeah, it's just a Tango 1 skip. And this is Tango 2 skip. We will shoot a trank dart into Snake. And then we just let those tangos walk up to us, and we do this for 1 minute and 10 seconds.
Yes.
If we want to do it really close, we can go for 1 minute and 5 seconds. But
Yeah.
for marathon safety, we just go for
I'm gonna wait. Yeah.
1 minute and 10 seconds.
The whole idea is that we're gonna knock out Snake in the beginning with a hard shot. So literally only when we're super close and basically aiming at his heart, and then he will be asleep for the entire duration. If he wakes up too early, he will start fighting the tangos, and some of them will go, and it doesn't work. So we have to knock him out at the beginning with the M9. That's the only M9 shot that we ever have taken in this game. This is the only moment where we needed it. And yeah, we're going to spray them here and distract them, and after 1 minute and 10 seconds, we're going to walk up to them and knock out at least 2 of them with a punch kick. And then hopefully the game will be like, alright, you're done, you're good to go. This works on consoles, and we didn't believe it to work on a PC until Platonic Guy, another fantastic runner, tested it around a little bit, and then at the end also kicked them around. So I'm going to do this now, I'm going to punch kick. And there we go, the alert is dropping, and we're done.
Yeah, that's the Tango 2 thing. That's also a run killer, believe it or not. It looks easy, but sometimes Snake can be just not nice and just not get tranquilized or anything. Sometimes you mess up your timing.
Yeah.
You name it, it can go very wrong.
We done a tournament in this game in this category last year in our speedrun community, and we had like I think 8 people playing it off, and yeah, the lead did change not just once but multiple times, just because one runner that was ahead didn't get the right timing here for this Tengu 2 skip, and then he had to do the fight normal, and then the other one caught up and actually won the race, which literally what happened to me, for example. I placed second in this tournament, basically maybe only because my opponent had this one mistake happen. So it could have gone way different as well here.
Your arrival. It was obvious the
But yeah, currently I'm still only plus 9 seconds versus my PB. So despite this minute death that we had here, we're still relatively close. It's basically just a testament to how wide-ranging sometimes normal can be. You can play super clean and then just one mistake rips you fully out.
Yes.
And I do intend to get a better one soon, so not for long this excuse will stand that, oh, I'm still close to my PB, because hopefully in the near future I can get a better one. But talking of a better one, here's the Ray fight.
Yeah, so the Ray fights, also some run killers. Yeah, we do have a few run killers at the end of the run, actually.
Mm-hmm.
We wanna start those Rays with a very specific damage order, shooting their knee head, basically. We do it like twice in a row on all of these 3. On the third one, then we wanna shoot the middle one into the open mouth, the right one just on the head. We wanna dodge his stomp, take that on the stage out. Then we want to take that on the right out. That one who went completely to the left will now jump onto the stage. And we will also like take care of him. As he jumps onto the stage and as we take care of him, we have 2 rays coming up. We see one of them on the right already. We see his wing there. He opens his mouth, we shoot into his mouth, move right to that little sweet spot there, which is just a very good line of the little dot left there. Basically, if those rays right in front of us jump on a stage, they won't actually hit us. Now that guy jumped on the stage, just basically the meaning of the loop is basically just that we only want one ray on the stage, or like they won't spray out too much.
That's not ideal. Normally we kill this guy early. That's fine.
Yeah, race can be...
Yeah, it's a bit finicky.
Yeah, race can be sometimes you just kind of lose that loop, and then you're like, oh wait, no, what if I do this? I fix it, but you make it like actually worse, and you're like, oh, what am I gonna do now? And then boom, 40 seconds lost.
Yeah, should still be fine right now. So the last one is already going, and there we go, that's the fight. Not perfect, but still clean enough. That's good.
GW.
Did lose
so
a little
that
bit time, though.
is- Yeah, it wasn't clean, but it was good enough, I guess.
Oh yeah, it can go way worse. Like normally if you drop the loop, then they will start walking all around the arena and they also start attacking you. The whole idea of the loop is that we'll actually keep them at bay and don't take any damage. I still didn't take any damage, but I got a little bit active there. And now we actually got a match, as you can see here. Thankfully, on normal difficulty, it's only for 16 seconds.
Yeah, so in European Extreme, you have to mash with like 9 clicks a second over 60 seconds long, basically. We're allowed to use turbo for this, but I'm just, I don't know.
You're young, you are not used up yet, you're not washed up like me, so you can always claim that, oh, I can do it manually. And we're like, cool. And just to show that I can still do it, I still do it as well.
So yeah, we're not done with loops yet. We're also not done with the game yet. We have one single loop we have to take care of, which is Solidus Snake. We basically want to put him into a loop as well, just after we skip those last... No, it wasn't a cutscene, damn. We want
dialogue.
to skip... Yeah, that's the last dialogue. Then we skip 3 cutscenes, and then the fight will start. That's 1, 2, 3. Okay, so we want to punch him, make him kick us. We block that. We slash him twice. Move to his left side, slash him twice again, and we basically loop him like that. The game has so little good details which we can just abuse for our speedrun. Solidus' left eye got shot out during the Harrier fight, and the detail of the game is that he actually has like less reaction time on his left side. So for our speedrun, we abuse that for making a new strat, basically. And
Nice
that's
one.
such a good detail, like that. Not many games have that, know what I mean?
Yeah.
And this game came out in 2001.
Now he's gonna get rid of his tentacle arms, which shoot rockets. You haven't seen that because I kept him relatively good in the loop, and now he's set the second phase.
Yes. Are you praying for elbow?
Not this time.
Unfortunate. Okay, so how we do the second phase? Just like the first phase. Twice right from our perspective, then we go to the left, we'll do twice again, and we just loop that until he is
I
grabbing
was in
what he
that
done.
position.
Oh, yeah, that was
It's fine.
positioning of the rooftop there can also be very finicky.
And that's
I'll let it
time.
be- That's time, yeah.
There we go.
Positioning on this can be very finicky.
Do you remember
Yeah, so we ended here on plus 22 versus my PB, which I will call a solid run performance. 1 hour, 8 minutes, 28 seconds will be the final IGT time, as we can see it here on the overlay. Shoutouts to BMN, a community member who made these little mods and tools, which are speedrun legitimate, that lets us, for example, put on the text for turbo on and off, but also lets us see the IGT, which is very useful, so we can see also the end result before the credits even begin, for marathon purposes, as we can see here. So really happy how the run went. Yeah, we lost like a big chunk of time there, but everything else, I'm really satisfied. I'm really happy how it went, so I cannot complain.
GG.
Well, thank you for the run as well. It's been an absolute pleasure to host the Metal Gear Solid run. They are very popular usually at InstaSpeedathon, so it's always something I try to add into the schedule if I can. Anyway, so everybody, we're now going to go over to our final run of the day, which is going to be Telelocation Gemini 100% by the good Jake Ward. We're going to go over to that in a moment, but first, before we do that, obviously, we are doing this as a charity event for Everyone Can. We all know that by now, hopefully. If you don't, then you need to, leave that rock you're living under, because we've been telling you that all day. So please be sure to click the donation link that just appeared in the chat, but also it is available in the panels and all that stuff. ! Donate in the chat will bring the link up, and all the proceeds of Tiltify will go directly to EveryoneCan as well. If you subscribe, cheer, watch adverts and all that stuff as well, that constitutes Twitch revenue. Half of that Twitch revenue that we collect to do InstaSpeedathon will also be donated to EveryoneCan. And you can also buy some merchandise as well. I forgot to mention about that throughout the day. I think it's ! Merch, if I remember correctly.
Let's try it out. There we go.
Yeah, that works. There we go. So So if you go to the InstaSim store, if you buy anything from the InstaSim store, then half of the profits will also go to EveryoneCan from them as well. And you can buy things like mugs, you can buy coasters. I think you can buy greetings cards as well and all that stuff as well. So there's a lot of stuff on there you can just go and purchase if you want to as well. And also half of the profits will go to EveryoneCan. So thank you, hau5test, for the run. Thank you to Valeria for the commentary. Well, I'll see both of you tomorrow, I think.
Yes, tomorrow morning, first run of the day.
First run of the day tomorrow will be a Metal Gear Solid 1 run, or Metal Gear Solid run.
Yeah.
So that's something to look forward to as well. So be sure to tune into that as well tomorrow morning as well. So thank you guys, and we'll see you again soon.
Bye-bye.
Bye bye.